Man, this was ugly, but let's talk about why this was a bit of poetic justice.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex, the live is one in the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon. Motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Well, when I was at the weigh-in, there was a media person there. He said, man, this is going to be stare down of the night. Or stare down of the day, because these guys genuinely had bad blood. And it showed. It showed. And let me tell you what I saw at the weigh-in. Caleb was cool, calm, collected. And the dog, he was doing a lot of barking. He was doing a lot of barking. And he was shouting out after the stare down. You know, they faced off with each other. Then he posed. You know, Caleb kind of like moved him to the side. Not a real scuffle. That was professional on both of them. They saved it for the ring. And the dog started barking like, yeah, man, I heard you got dropped and sparring by a 160-pounder. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, things leak out in camps. I said, all right. So you can tell there was genuinely bad blood. Bad blood. I was backstage. I met Caleb briefly. You know, I dapped it up. I said, man, I think you're going to do well. I got you winning, right? He said, man, I appreciate that. You know, I took a picture, you know, whatever. And I shared the story, but it bears repeating. So I walk about 10 feet from him because I didn't want to like bombard him and start talking to him because he was zoned out. They were back there choosing their gloves, and he was in the zone. I looked at his face. I'm like, yeah, he don't want to talk right now. He's with his camp. Let me, you know, leave him alone. Give him some space. So I'm standing there talking to I was talking to some people, and I get this heat on the back of my neck. My hair starts standing up, and I'm like, what is this, man? Someone, what the fuck, yo? Spider sense tingling. I turn around, it's Sugar Hill. So I look at him, he looks at me, he turns away. You know, I'm like, I know he know who I am. I have my Drew Titan hat on. I said, man, maybe I should put on the camouflage rag on my head, but you know, I don't walk with that around in the street. I just, you know, whatever, in the gym or whatever. I said, all right, whatever, man. By the way, that night when I spoke to him, I had it on my head. I had just came from the gym. I don't wear a do-rag in public like that unless I'm going somewhere to work out. That's just a sidebar, but whatever. So, you know, I clowned. I threw my phone up. And I said in concert, and you see him standing there. I'm like, yeah, you know, a little ha-ha-ha, a little jokey joke, whatever. I ain't think nothing of it. But, you know, I'm like, man, this fucking guy, man. So I found out that day that he's in Darrell's camp. He's a coach. I think he's the head coach, I think. I said, oh, okay, whatever. So fight night, right? There were times where there was limited activity and people started booing. But those people that are booing, they don't understand boxers. Darrell's not a power puncher. He's not a KO artist, and neither is Caleb Plant. And for the untrained eye that likes exciting fights, see, boxers excite me because I like to see the chess match. I like that. But the average casual doesn't like that. And it looked like it was no action, but they were in there thinking. And I will give Anthony a lot of credit because when he was mixing it up, all of the punches he was throwing was with dangerous intent. I mean, he was trying to body bag Caleb. He was. I'll give him that. But that's all I'm giving him. I mean, they were taunting. I mean, I think he DDT'd Caleb at one point. They fell to the ground, I think, twice. He caught Caleb with a good shot, but Caleb, you know, absorbed it, kept the poker face on. Then there was one time, and I forget which round, where Anthony literally turned his back and ran away like he was taunting him. He was trying to say, yo, why are you running? Whatever. So the infamous round where the fight ends. Anthony he did what came natural. He threw a hook. At the same time, Caleb Plant was throwing his hook, and Caleb's hook landed first. It was a little more sharper. He threw a hook to the body, and then came up with a hook to the face. And Darrell didn't stay on the phone properly, and Caleb's punch landed, and he slapped him. When he fell, the punch was loud as hell. He caught him clean. The dog goes down. It was a thump. I think from where I was sitting, the whole right side, Anthony had a lot of people there to support him. A lot of people there. So he fell, and he was on the floor, stiff. You know, I gets the recording. For those of you that follow me on the gram, y'all know what I said, y'all know what I did, but understand, that was in the moment, but Darrell was on the floor for a good minute, and I'm like, uh-oh. When I recorded the video, I didn't upload it on my gram right away. I recorded it, and then when I stopped it, he was still on the floor. And I was like, oh, whoa. Now, mind you, the picture you're looking at right here, he had just fell, and he was laying there. And the way he fell, the ref waved it off. The doctors jumped in the ring immediately. And that's when Caleb Plant started doing, burying him with a shovel. The ref runs over there and grabs him and stops him from doing it. And then he did it again. That's how bad the blood is with them. Darrell eventually gets up. He's all right. I applaud it. Now, mind you, let me be very clear. Had that been an accident that we didn't want, that we don't want, which is like a Gerald McClellan situation or even death in the ring, I would not have uploaded that video. I did it fresh when it happened. But had we had an accident, there's no way I would have deleted the video, because that I don't want. That I don't want. You understand? But being that he's okay, I uploaded the video later. But now that everybody's okay, I saw he did a video congratulating Plant or whatever. Fine. But here's why I say this is an interesting situation. Couple of things. First of all, y'all already know how I feel about Sugar Hill. All right? If you're finding me for the first time, just do some research. You know why I don't deal with Sugar Hill. All right? I saw him. I could have walked right up to him on Friday. I could have walked right up to him, and I don't know. Maybe he just said, "No, I don't want to talk to you." He'd have walked off. Maybe, or maybe we'd have spoke. But I have nothing to say to him. I said what I had to say, and I'm gonna leave it there. But the deal is this here, and this is the irony, ladies and gentlemen. Sugar Hill trained Darrell, who looked good up until this happened. All right. What is my problem with the Darrells? Andre, his brother, is the one that said, and I heard him say it on another platform, that he's the one that told Mark Breland to throw in the towel, Wilder Fury 2. And I'm like, why would he do that? Now, you already know there's a list of things wrong, but he was on, I think he was on a couple of shows that said that he's responsible. He claimed a responsibility for that. Now, if you're new to this, there's a whole reasons why we all have a problem with that. All right? And I just find it strange. He did that. I believe Anthony stood on that. But even if Anthony had nothing to do with it, listen, man, I just find it weird that Andre has something to do with that. And I believe Sugar Hill had everything to do with Fury cheating Deontay. And here is Sugar Hill is in the building, working a corner, and his fighter gets flatlined. by a guy that's not considered a power puncher, and the way he lost was so crazy. So there's a triangle thing going on here. Sugar Hill took a L. This was his responsibility. I understand that he wasn't in there fighting, but I just find it strange. The whole thing is strange. The other thing that I found strange is Anthony said, ain't no white boy gonna beat me. I didn't know that until that night. You wanna know what's strange about that, family? Ain't no white boy gonna beat me, but now you on the floor by a guy that's not considered the biggest puncher in the world. But what's funny is I saw your fan base. I spoke to a group of them at the weigh-in. I thought they were there for Caleb Plant. Why? Because they were all white. I'm dead serious. What happened was two things. When they walked up, I saw Caleb Plant's name on the shirt. So I assumed that they were there for Plant. And I walked up to the dude and I started talking. I said, yo, so what ground you got? And I said, who you got winning? I said, no, I'm sorry. I think I said, I know you got Plant winning. He said, nah, we here for the dog. And I looked at the shirt. I said, oh. I didn't read the shirt. I saw Caleb Plant's name in bold type on the shirt. But it was a disrespectful shirt courtesy of Anthony Durrell. There was like about 9 or 10 of them out there, and they were all white. They all supporting the man you see here on the floor. So is that I'll never let a white boy beat me? Is it that serious? Or is this instant karma? I don't know. Which one is it? I don't know. I'm asking the fans now. Because nobody said anything when Durrell just said it. And you see how it worked out. Bernard Hopkins said it about Joe Kazaki. He's skydiving out the damn ring. Devin Haney said it about Lomachenko. We knew who he was talking about. The next day, it's viral. Not so much as because he said it, but how dare you say that about somebody we're going to forever rank in the top 10, belt or no belt. We don't care if he ducked you. So is it the comment or who's saying it? I just found it strange. His white friends obviously didn't have a problem with him saying it. So it's just a weird situation. That's my thoughts about the behind the scenes thing. I'm just bringing that to y'all. I just found it weird. But the Sugar Hill thing is just like, it's weird to me. But whatever. There's a lot of strange things, man. Deontay predicted where he was going to knock Hell in This out. And I'll be damned. He did it. Go watch my video. He did it. I know, yeah, everything's fixed. Was this fixed? So you say Robert Hell in This took whatever he made that night to lay on the floor. You couldn't pay me to get punched by Deontay Wilder like that. No. So was this fixed? Because he was just as stiff as Robert Hell in This. I was there. He was on the floor just as stiff as Robert Hell in This. Okay? Stop playing, man. So salute to Caleb Plant. I'm glad Anthony's okay. Every dog has his day. And it's all good, bro. Hang it up. It's all right. And yeah, salute to Sugar Hill, man. Good job, man. Bronx on deck. Move!